Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the light heavyweight bout between Nikita Krylov versus Paul Craig. And pretty interesting right here because Paul Craig and Khalil Roundtree Jr. have been two of the most inconsistent light heavyweights, but right now they're looking the best they have ever looked. I feel like Paul Craig can kind of maintain this. Khalil Roundtree, we don't know yet, but either way, right now they're looking very scary on both sides. Paul Craig just out here just pulling guard and snapping people's limbs off. And Khalil Roundtree just out here kicking people's rib cage out, beating them like they stole something. So both guys, similar things. Khalil Roundtree did knock out Paul Craig. But yeah, both guys had similar inconsistencies. Both guys had a lot of time. I feel like Paul Craig probably for the longest time been one of the most technical, solid guys out there. Head movement just was a big weakness. And I feel like a lot of times he let the moment get ahead of him and he kind of just didn't show up in a lot of these fights. But I feel like I always say he's one of the guys that probably in the gym, the best dude in the gym, at his gym, and probably a lot of other gyms. But on the day of night, on the fight, he just doesn't show up to show his best abilities. But he's been showing up lately. He's been looking scary. And I feel like a lot of people were picking him probably against Gustafsson. Maybe even I was going to need to pick him against Gustafsson. But yeah, he's been looking good, looking sharp. Going with Krylov. Krylov has a lot of submission losses. I feel like the best thing with Krylov in this one is the fact that he did have a good, back and forth fight with Glover that probably could have went his way, probably. But I feel like Glover's rally at the end and was shifted his way. But yeah, that's Krylov's best thing as far as what he's done lately. Outside of that, he's got his revenge on OSP, but OSP is like a walk-in victory now, not for himself, for other people at this moment. I don't know what OSP is doing. He's plateaued and on kind of beating those fresh faces. He's not really beating nobody that's got any bit of experience, any bit decent. Like he's kind of losing to everybody right now. But yeah, ain't really been doing a whole lot on Krylov's side. Like I said, the biggest thing has been that close fight with Glover. That's about it. And Glover has, I feel, tuned in even more. I don't think that Glover he fought is the Glover that's there right now. I feel like Glover wasn't fully motivated, fully there, but hey, that's taken away from Krylov. But anywho, Krylov is pretty solid. Craig is pretty solid. Still a pretty close fight on paper, I feel. I feel like if Craig at any point doesn't show up or just stands there with his head held high, Krylov could knock that head off and then be Craig back to his typical pattern. But also he retired recently, so I don't know. Can you really say his head is truly on right now? Like it was on, he was doing good, and then why he retired. But yeah, I don't know what Craig is. That's like another reason why it makes it a little bit harder to judge. But judging by who has the best path to victory, I think it's Craig. Krylov's submission game, decent enough, but it's pretty weak in the area. And Craig, that's his strongest area, I feel, or at least the strongest thing he has over most people in the division is his grappling. And I feel like Krylov's takedown defense is so phenomenal. Krylov has a pretty unorthodox style, has some pretty heavy hands, pretty weird angles. But I don't think nothing Paul Craig should be too worried about. It's not like Krylov is some big heavy pressuring fighter that's going to walk him down and punch right down the pipe. He's gonna be a guy come with these weird angles, these weird looping, spinning stuff. That's just going to leave opportunities for Craig to take him down and work on the grappling. I think it's the case. I feel like Krylov will have a little bit of moments there, or at least maybe seem he has some moments. I feel like he might land on Craig a little bit and then get overzealous and start doing, getting a little bit sloppy, trying to do some spinning stuff. Craig probably take his back, drag him down to the mat, start peppering him up and start sinking the hooks in and working for his submission and work for position first, then submission. Craig is a pretty solid guy. He's not a guy that goes for poor submission. He's got that really technical out there. He really established his positions and not just jumping on anything. You really see him jumping for stuff and giving up position or ending up on bottom. The guy is typically pretty smooth with his grappling, typically, in most cases. So I see him going out there, seizing the moment, and being able to tap out Krylov in the second round. So like first round, pretty fill out round, probably pretty close. With Craig, like I said, mixing the takedown there, kind of filling him out in there a little bit. Not probably the most success in that first round, but probably edging it with like a takedown or some cage control time or like some cage positional control time. And then the second round, like I said, Krylov probably lands a little bit clean in there, probably feels that he kind of losing the fight just based off position and stuff, and feel like he got to commit a little bit more. And when he overcommits, that's when Craig's going to like lock in, take advantage, drag him to the mat, pound him out, work to achieve a dominant position, and then really start working and look for that submission, and then tap him out in that second round. So in this fight, I got Paul Craig via second round submission.